Hello everyone, today we are going to learn sulfur containing amino acids. So there are two amino acids, one is cysteine and the three letter abbreviation is CYS and the one letter abbreviation is C. So there is no difficulty in remembering three letter abbreviation as well as one letter abbreviation. The another amino acid, the sulfur containing amino acid is methionine. The three-letter abbreviation for methionine is MET and the one-letter abbreviation is M. So let me write the structure of cysteine. So both the amino acids are sulfur-containing amino acids. So all amino acids, they have carboxyl group and they have amino group and also they have hydrogen. Now the R group or the side chain is it contains CH2 and it contains sulfhydryl group. So cysteine is sulfur containing amino acids. This group is called sulfhydryl group. So the structure of methionine is almost same. The R group is little bit different here. So R group contains sulfur, then CH3. So this is methionine. So you can notice here both the amino acid contains sulfur. So these two are sulfur containing amino acids and the cysteine and methionine, their carbon skeleton after complete oxidation they will give glucose. They will enter intermediates of the citric acid cycle. So both these amino acids are glucogenic and both these amino acids are neutral. Their side chain or R group does not contain any charge. So both these amino acids are neutral amino acids. So methionine is essential amino acids. So that means our body cannot synthesize methionine. So our diet must be supplied with methionine. Whereas cysteine is non-essential amino acids. So in fact, from methionine, our body synthesizes cysteine. From methionine, our body synthesizes cysteine with the help of another amino acid called serine. So that is why cysteine is non-essential amino acid. Our body can synthesize cysteine from serine and methionine, whereas methionine is purely essential amino acids. Cysteine is hydrophilic amino acids, whereas methionine is hydrophobic amino acids or non-polar amino acids. Now we will see the individual amino acids. This cysteine is naturally present in many proteins, many biologically important proteins like glutathione, which is an antioxidant and it is made up of three amino acids: glutamic acid, cysteine and glycine. And this cysteine is also present in a protein called beta carotene. This is a protein present in our skin, hair and even nail. And in bile acids, the amino acid called taurine, which also made up of cysteine, which is very important for conjugation of bile acids. Coenzyme A is also contains cysteine. Apart from these biologically important peptides or proteins where they are made up of cysteine or they contain cysteine, this cysteine plays a very important role or major role in immune system. So another important property of cysteine actually provides stability to the three-dimensional structure or tertiary structure of the protein. We are going to study the protein structure. In the protein structure, there are three structures, mainly primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure. In some proteins, we also have quaternary structure. The three-dimensional structure is mainly by tertiary and quaternary structure, where the cysteine provides stability. So how the cysteine provides stability? When two cysteine residues combine together, so here I have one cysteine residue. So here you can see there are two cysteine residue and both the cysteine residue they have sulfhydryl group. This SH group or sulfhydryl group, they will combine to give a strong covalent bond called disulfide bond. It is a strong covalent bond which is responsible for maintenance of tertiary structure or three-dimensional structure of the protein. So this bond is formed like this. So releasing 2 hydrogen ion or proton plus 2 electron. So this is actually disulfide bond. So in any given protein or polypeptide chain, imagine this is a peptide, then maybe this particular amino acid is cysteine and this particular amino acid is also cysteine. So cysteine contains sulfhydryl group, so they will form disulfide bond. So that is the three-dimensional structure of polypeptide or protein. The stability for the three-dimensional structure is by disulfide bond. Cysteine provides stability to the three-dimensional structure mainly by its ability to form disulfide bond. So when two cysteine molecules combine, we call cysteine. When two cysteine residues combines and to form a disulfide bridge or bond, then we call that molecule as cysteine. So those proteins which has got many disulfide bond, they are resistant to denaturation for the some extent because of the strong covalent bond. Next we will move on to methionine. Methionine is an essential amino acid, so it is present in egg, vegetables, fish, especially salmon. So many proteins contains methionine. This methionine is very important because from methionine our body synthesizes cysteine, and the active form of methionine is called SAM or S-adenosyl methionine. We can call this SAM as activated methionine or active form of methionine, which is actually a principal donor of methyl group. You might have noticed in the methionine there is CH3 group. So this activated methionine or S-adenosyl methionine is very important. Those reaction which requires methyl group, because this SAM, which is a principal donor of methyl group, and this methionine prevents fatty liver. This is mainly by it helps in formation of choline and also participates in transmethylation reaction. Here choline is considered as lipotropic factors. Lipotropic factors are factors which prevents fatty liver, in turn prevents fibrosis of the liver or cirrhosis of the liver. So methionine is mainly, it helps in formation of choline and also it participates in transmethylation reaction because its active form SAM is a methyl donor. In turn it prevents fatty liver. From methionine we know already learnt cysteine is produced, so it helps in synthesis of or formation of cysteine. And from cysteine we know glutathione is produced. It is an antioxidant. Methionine is also very much essential for heme synthesis. This is mainly by this methionine, after their metabolism or oxidation or catabolism, it will be converted to propionyl CoA. And this propionyl CoA is converted to succinyl CoA. So in fact for heme synthesis, succinyl CoA combines with glycine, another amino acid, and through various reactions heme is produced. So methionine is very much essential for heme synthesis because the catabolism of methionine will yield propionyl CoA, and this propionyl CoA will be converted to succinyl CoA, and succinyl CoA combines with another amino acid glycine. In fact, this is the first reaction of heme synthesis, and through many reactions there will be production of heme. So in other words, we can say methionine is indirectly helpful for formation of heme. This is with respect to sulfur containing amino acids, cysteine and methionine. Thanks for watching.